Live from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Chicago Cubs and the Milwaukee Brewers. Hi, folks. John Shambi alongside Chris Singleton. Well, see, as we come into this one, it's all about the sweep.
Yeah, anytime there's a chance for the Bruins to come out, the pressure is definitely on. We'll see if they can find a way to salvage at least one in this series.
First pitch coming your way next. Pitching in our game today, Kyle Harrison. How about a scouting report on him?
Well, this guy's not a rookie, but he's still very young, and he's learning his ability here in the big leagues. He's had a very nice year so far, but I think there's still some strides that he can take.
Coming up on the first pitch,
leading off
here's
the
Nico
afternoon
Hoerner.
for the Cubs, the second baseman, number 2, Nico Hoerner.
There's a swing and a drive. And a foul ball.
First pitch, 111.
The 0-1. This one in the air, center field. And there's one down. Time now for the Chicago Cubs lineup. A very athletic offensive group with speed spread throughout this offense.
Yeah, and it's so important that they have patient and quality at bats, because the key is to get on base. If they do that, then they can create a whole lot of havoc on the base paths, get runners around the score, and then that's going to get you some good pitches to hit as well. So a very athletic team, and we should be in for a treat in this one.
It's not the standard approach that we see in today's game, but it does work for them offensively.
No, that's a ball. Too low. High.
Just underway here in Milwaukee. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Now this pitching staff has been merciless against him in this one. I mean, he struck out 6 times in this series, and we've seen no adjustment out of him so far.
2 down, bases empty. Stepping in, the long ball threat, Brent Rooker. And first offering is fouled off. Two down, nobody on.
Excellent arm action on that 2-strike changeup. Just missed. Man, he wanted that call.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Clearly trying to stay back a little bit longer for that changeup as he fouls that fastball back.
The 1-2. Outside with a breaking ball. And a foul ball. He stays alive.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end.
Outside.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
The kick, the 3-2. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Back here in Milwaukee, pitching for the Cubs in this one, Edward Cabrera. What's the scouting report on him?
And a guy like this is going to keep you in the ball game. He's going to go out there, compete. Not going to see a whole lot of flair and flash, but he's going to hand it over to the bullpen at some point. And if you've been able to score a few runs, you'll be in it late. So we'll see if he's able to do that for his club in this one.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Two, bottom of the first. The pitch.
Ball.
Got him swinging.
Batting second, the left fielder, Christian.
Let's take a look at the Brewers lineup. And no doubt a big factor in this series so far, Salvador Perez.
Yeah, Boog, and he's been just clutch for this team so far in the series. 5 runs batted in to this point. You know, guys like him who can just slow the game down, quiet the nerves when they're runners on base or pressure situations, they're as valuable as it gets. We'll see if he keeps making an impact today.
That clips the corner. Yelich thought that one missed, and here comes a challenge. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. They'll keep both their challenges. There's a swing and a drive.
That's a foul ball.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup. On a line. The throw into second. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Batting third, the first baseman, number
Kind of
8.
a risky pitch coming inside with the breaking ball like that. You have to bury it. Otherwise, it's not too difficult to get the bat to it like he did that time.
One out, runner at second. And now it's Christian Walker, 8th in the National League at RBIs.
Ball.
High fly ball, right field. Rooker gets under it. 2 away now.
Batting fourth, the designated hitter, number 9, Jake Bauer.
Ball 1 up.
Bowers went deep in his most recent game.
Ball 2.
Man at second. Right side, hard hit. And that will end the inning. Brewers strand one, scoreless after one. Second inning set to go. So now it's the Cubs hitter in the 4-hole, Mickey Moniak. And a foul ball. That one fouled off. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
Check swing called strike. Strike one.
Ball, no.
Making the calls behind the plate in this one is Woody Keller.
Yeah, and Woody does a pretty good job back there, Boog. He's got a pretty fair strike zone most of the time. Maybe some inconsistency here or there, but usually he's back there doing a solid job.
No score here in the second.
That's a ball.
That one fouled off, 2-2. Line drive, base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Batting 6. The designated
nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Rhys Hoskins to the plate. Man at first, one away.
Ball.
Ground ball could be 2. Over to Terang. 1 to Walker, and that's 2. 1 hit in the inning, but no one left. Down to the bottom of the second. No score. Back here at American Family Field. Here's the Brewers catcher now, Salvador Perez. Perez with a homer in his last game.
no.
The 1-0. Pulls that one foul. In the air to left center. Diving, makes the grab. What a play.
The center fielder, number 10. Now.
So a great diving catch, and that was only possible because of the route he took to get there, right, Chris?
Yeah, StatCast shows us just how efficient that route to the ball was. In fact, that's about as good as it gets, pretty much a direct line to it. And perhaps he was a wide receiver in a different life. I don't know. But, man, great job to hold on all the way through the dive as well. No fumble caused by the ground.
Yo one. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup. Fights it off. He'll see another. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Out on the drop, third strike, 2 gone.
Kind of muffed that strikeout pitch right there. I'm not sure if he got crossed up or tied up, but either way, good composure to recover and finish the out at first. That's a play you could easily panicked on and throw into right field.
Next for Milwaukee, Jackson Chourio. Hitless of the first 2 games of the series. He's 0 for 8. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Waste no time there. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Red People.
Outside. Ball 1. And that skips into there. Chourio off of first with 2 away. Runner takes off. There's the ball. Safe in second, and he easily steals the bag.
Well, it really doesn't matter what the situation is. When a guy like this gets on first, you know he's going to steal second at some point during the at-bat. Nice job to get in the scoring position. The defense probably knew it was coming, but they just couldn't do anything to stop it.
The Brewers with a chance to score first here in the 3rd and final game of the series. And ball 4 to aboard.
Well, this came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and the guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
Now, Joey Ortiz. Hitless in the series so far. He's 0 for 7.
He rides.
The Brewers looking to strike first. Bottom half of inning number 2. Little dribbler up along third. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. And everyone's safe. They're loaded.
The batter,
Hey, whatever works, right? Doesn't have to be impressive.
Correct.
first offering is not close. Bases loaded, 2 down. Now there's a bullet down the line. Can't reach it. Should score at least 2. 1 runs in. A second scores as well. Relay throw home. Tag save. 3-0.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. So, runner at second, 2 down. Christian Yelich up now for the Brewers. Doubled his first time up. Here's the pitch. Runner on the move. That's in for a strike. Throw to third. Save. That wasn't close. And that makes it 30 stolen bases for him this season.
Well, maybe he thought he should have gone for a triple instead of a double and just decided, I'm going to take third this way. Definitely using his legs to his advantage right here.
Runner at third, 2 away.
No,
Just
that's
missed
down.
with that backdoor breaking ball. If he gets a swing and miss or called strike, 0-2 count. Instead, it's 1-1. Look for him to go back to that pitch later in this at bat.
The 1-1 is fouled off. The 1-2. Up the middle, Swanson. And that'll keep more runs from coming in, inning over. Brewers pick up a run on this RBI double. It's now 3-0. It's an NL Central showdown right here on MLB The Show. And we're back with all eyes on a potential sweep. Keep the brooms in the closet for now, though, Singing.
Well, they say the hardest game to win is the final one, and we can see why, Boog. The desperate team tends to come out swinging, and that's what we've seen today.
Foul ball. Hit in the air, center field. Freeland has a beat on it, and there's 1 down.
Batting 8, the catcher, Miguel Amaya.
That's off the mark. Ball 1. And that one is lifted in the air. Yelich should have this one. Reaching for it and brings it in.
Batting 9, the shortstop,
And here's a look at how he's
Dansby
using his pitches in this
Swanson.
one. Dansby Swanson stands in.
Ball 1.
And there's a foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. And it's fouled away. This one in the air, center field. Freeland moving under it. And that is that. Nothing doing here this half. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Brewers 3 and the Cubs nothing. Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year.
Walker.
No, that's a ball.
Walker handling the duties at first, hitting third in the lineup, and so far this year he's slugging over 500.
No.
That
Ball.
one missed. Tried to check his swing there. Now an appeal to first. No, he held back. That's ball 4.
Next for the Brewers, the designated hitter, number 9, James Bauer.
This
Ball
is
1.
again 5 in a row. Walker gets his lead at first with nobody out. Swings through that one out in front that time.
A lot of times you'll see a pitcher maybe double up on a pitch. This guy will throw it 3 times, 4 times in a row because hitters just can't lay off of it.
Struck him out looking. Went back to the changeup and it was successful. Bowers wants to challenge this, thought it was a ball. And that one was indeed a strike. One challenge remaining for them now. 1 out man at first. Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez. He's 0 for 1. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Comes up empty.
Knowing that the pitcher wants a ground ball double play opportunity here, you've got to lay off pitches down in the zone. Right there, swinging at that pitch, that's a no-no.
And the 0-2. On the ground, right side. Over to Swanson. He turns it. Over to first, but it's offline.
Well, he had the chance to turn it 2 right there, but I don't think he got a good grip on the ball as he tried to transfer from glove to throwing hand. They say you can't assume a double play. I beg to differ at the big league level, but it's going to be ruled as a fielder's choice.
Check swing. He went. Strike 1. And that's a strike. He goes down looking. Milwaukee leaves one, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. Welcome back to the ballpark as we check out the current playoff picture.
Corner.
And that one fouled off. That's a hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Up next to the Cubs,
dominant performance for him today, Boone. Just 2 hits allowed so far, no runs across either, and he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced. So I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
Ball.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
The 1-0. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Here's a 1-2.
That's
Really
down.
good
Ball
too,
2.
especially with 2 strikes.
And it remains 2-2.
Very dominant with that fastball inside. The hitter's going to be conscious of that. Now you have the outer half of the plate to work with out there on the mound.
Here's a 2-2. And there's the ball. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up. So a walk puts runners at first and second.
That could jumpstart an offense that's really struggled to score in this one. Don't want to wake a team up with the free pass.
Big at-bat for Brent Rooker now. Swing and a ball lifted to center field. He makes the grab. Runner tags at second, and he moves up 90 feet. Runners at the corners now. 1 away.
Up next to the Cubs, the center fielder, number 24, Mickey Moniak.
Well, in this situation with runners on, you've got to get ahead in the count so that you can dictate the rest of the at-bat. Nice job right there.
Two on, 1 out. In the air to left center. Base hit, and a run comes in.
Well done. Narrows the deficit with the RBI there. That ball right there landed in what they call a no man's land, meaning it's not really a spot on the field where you can expect anyone to get to it easily. I mean, it's a tough play going back for the shortstop, but also for the outfielders trying to come in. They got to go a long way as well.
Dangerous hitter at the plate in Alex Bregman. 1 for 1. He singled to left his first time through. Far off foul.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
This one in the air, center field. Freeland drifts towards it, and there are 2 down.
Up next for the Cubs, the designated hitter, Reese Hoskins.
Pitch misses. Ball 1. Traffic on the bases with 1 already in. Top half of inning number 4. Two on, 2 outs. And a count 1-2. This to third. Throws to first in time. They limit the damage here. But the RBI single pushes across a run. And this is now a 3-1 ball game. It's an NL Central showdown right here. Back here in Milwaukee. Bottom 4, Jackson Chourio. Up now for the Brewers.
Well, these Brewers doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game.
Ball to strike. On the ground. Corner. Tosses to first. What a play.
Up next for the Brewers.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
Red Hifo.
Strike 1.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today. Another thing I love is how they've allowed the game to come to them. They're not forcing the issue when they're on offense. And when you force and get anxious, it starts being a lot more likely that you'll let those pitchers off the hook.
Center field. Moniak on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch.
The batter, number 3, shortstop, Joey Ortiz.
Now it's the shortstop, Joey Ortiz. Reached on an infield single his first time. Inside. And that is ball 1. Slashed foul down the right side. That'll hook off into the seats. Two down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. outside with a breaking ball. Bryce Terang in the Milwaukee on deck circle. Two down, nobody on. And there's
That's
ball 4.
Take your base.
That's your challenge. We'll take another look.
The batter, number 2, second baseman, Bryce.
And that just scraped the zone. The call is overturned. They'll keep their remaining challenge. Payoff pitch. And that one misses outside. It's ball 4.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
That one misses. That's 5 straight.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
Hey.
Ortiz off of first with 2 away. Way out front for strike 2.
Well, he went inside a couple of times and now outside. Hitter's not exactly sure where to look for this next pitch.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes. One, 2 now. See ya. Strikes him out for the second time today. Brewers strand 1 as the lead remains 3-1. Thanks for tuning in. Sweep warning, Singy. Sweep warning.
Not so fast, though. Seeing quite the battle so far. It's always toughest to close out a series because pride kicks in on the other side. You know, these Cubs, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
There's a swing and a drive. And that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. Now here's a flare off the bat, and it drops in. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Up next for the Cubs, the catcher, Miguel Amaya.
I just think the lack of drawing any walks is an indication that they need to be a little more selective and less anxious about forcing something to happen.
Runner on the go. Pitch misses in. Tag save.
He's in there.
The throw from Perez too late. Singy, he definitely showed off the wheels there.
Yeah, and it turned out to be a bang-bang play. StatCast gives us the data, and that stolen base wasn't possible without that sprint speed.
And it's second. And another ball.
Down.
Right through there for a strike. one in the air center field. Freeland gets under it and makes the grab. Runner tags at second, and he's in safely at third with one out.
The batter, number 7, shortstop, Dansby.
Swanson digs in. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center.
This is the classic manufacturing a run situation. A runner at third, less than 2 outs, and a golden opportunity to bring him home.
In the air, center field. Freeland settles underneath it. He's there. He's got it. Runner tags from third. It's a sac fly as he comes across to score. And now they trail by 1.
There you go. Nice little RBI there. It's a great at bat. Got the job done.
No.
He didn't want to give up that run, but he did. Got the fly ball, sac fly out. Now it's time to attack these other guys. Get your team back in the dugout.
Two down, nobody on. Inside, almost got him.
As a hitter, you got to learn something from that pitch. He clearly wasn't timed up on the fastball. In a 2-0 count, you have to be ready to do damage.
2 down, base is empty, but 1 run across, and we're at the top of the 5th. Into the outfield, base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Eugenio Suarez up to the plate now. He is struck out, and he is walked. Close one, doesn't get the call. Ball 1.
Well, usually a high level of confidence when you're facing a young pitcher out there on the mound. In this situation, ahead 2-0, he's put himself in a really good spot. In today's game, not that many fastball counts, but hitters still in the back of their minds, they're looking for one. 2-0 changeup call right there. Excellent pitch selection to go with.
That misses the zone. They're down 3-1. Brent Rooker in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And there's a strike.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
3-2 down. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that'll do it. A run on 2 hits, and they lead 1. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Brewers 3 and the Cubs 2. This is Cubs baseball on the show, Chicago. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Christian Yelich.
and he can't come up with it.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Smash that one through
Brewers.
the infield for the
The
knock.
first
When it's hit that
baseman,
hard,
number 8,
it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
Pitch misses there, and that's ball one. Yelich gets his lead at first, nobody out.
He's clearly trying to work him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
Off the mark there. Ball three. Fastball for a strike. The Cubs bullpen with some action. Jacob Webb getting loose out there. Harvey getting loose as well. Swings and misses, and we're filled up. Payoff pitch, and ball four to a board.
He just hasn't had great command of his pitches in this one. Definitely more walks than you'd like to see.
First and second, no outs. Now here's Jake Bauers. So RBI spot, but Chris, this is a guy that is not really swinging the bat all that well here.
In this situation, you have a real good opportunity to get swings and misses and record a strikeout. I think you attack him in this spot.
That way close, rule the ball. Ball one. I thought that was a strike, and here's a challenge. It just shaved the zone. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. First and second, no outs. Last half of inning number 5. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Sold it really well with the arm speed. Swung underneath it, so a changeup that stayed a little bit more on plane than what he was anticipating.
The 0-2. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, it can be so tough as a hitter to pull yourself out of an extended slump, one that lasts for several games, even a week or more. Right now, he's really in one, so I'm sure his mind is all over the place, racing, having a hard time sleeping, trying to figure out what can get him back on track, back to feeling more comfortable and settled in the box.
Rip, but it curls foul. Two on, one out. One now. Hard ground ball for a base knock. Yelich flies around third. Here comes the throw. Safe. And the runner from second scores on the play. And they lead by 2.
Well, it comes through clutch with the RBI single. That was big. I know it was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Sal Freeland up now for the Brewers.
I'm curious how he decides to attack on the mound. This guy at the plate has been great hitting under pressure this year.
Runners at first and second with one gone.
Ball.
Here's a 1-1. This one in the dirt to third, and he's out easily.
Well, you want to see guys aggressive out there on the base paths, but you also want to see them smart as well in making their decisions. And right there, couldn't really tell how far away that ball was. So if that's the case, you got to shut it down. It gets caught stealing there, takes himself out of scoring position.
Comes Craig Counsell, and we're going to see a pitching change. Edward Cabrera won't go any further. Just never found his groove, wasn't able to settle in. New arm coming on, back in a moment.
Now pitching for
the new pitcher in the game,
number
Jacob
71.
Webb.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Right through there for a strike. Hit in the air out to center field. Moniak has a beat on it, and that'll do it. But they pick up one run on the RBI single. We're through 5. You're watching Cubs baseball on the show Chicago. Back here at American Family Field. Close game here, and a chance now to look at a few highlights from this one.
Pitching for the
They hand the ball
Brewers,
over to a new
number
arm,
49.
Brian Baker.
Well, he's been a really tough guy to take deep this season. You usually have to string some hits together in order to get to him.
Ball one there. And the 1-0. Baker measures 6 feet 6 inches. He features a 4-seam fastball, a changeup, and he works in a slider. Is a 1-1. Out front, rip foul. Here's the 2-2. Stays alive. Two now. In the air, right field. Chourio on his way over. Takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Cubs, the center fielder, number 24.
And now the center fielder, Mickey Moniak. Line drive, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
No.
Now, this guy's definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
The 1-0. And
That's
the slider
inside.
just misses.
Last two pitches have been down in the zone. Pitcher clearly trying to get that ground ball double play. But in this count, you're going to have to give in, elevate his pitches, and get back into this at bat.
Next offering is foul back.
The healthy cut, tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
The Cubs with the tying run at the plate, and we're the top half of the sixth. Way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
The 3-1. Swing and a miss as he was out front. Moniak leads off first with 1-1. Battling here as he fouls it away. This one drilled right center field. That one heads for the fence and gone. Alex Bregman with a shot to the opposite field. And we have a tie ball game. It's 4-4.
He ran the count full and saved his best swing for last. That was a battle, and he won. That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And you know, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Rhys Hoskins, the next Cub to hit.
Rerun.
Tied at 4. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
Ball 1.
Now he breaks his bat. Ortiz throws to first in time.
Well, as a hitter, it can be kind of tough. You get a hard-throwing reliever that comes in the ball game. You don't know exactly what his pitches are doing, and that clearly blew him up on the hand, sawed off that bat. Tell you what, the bat companies, they're pretty happy when guys like this come in out of the bullpen.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Brian Baker done for the day, and it's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with a new arm after a quick break.
Now pitching for the
Here comes
Brewers,
a new arm for the Brewers,
46,
Quinn Priester.
Well, he struggled quite a bit, so this is another opportunity to get on the right track. He's given up more than one hit per inning pitch so far this season.
Here!
2 down, nobody on. Check swing, but it's put in
Foul
play.
ball.
And foul ball. That's off the inside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. In the air, left field. Yelich should have this one. And that's the 3rd out. Cubs had 2 on this homer. All even now at 4 apiece. It's an NL Central showdown right here on MLB The Show. Back here in Milwaukee, where we go bottom 6.
The right fielder.
Really important time for a shutdown inning. The last thing they want to do is give up the runs they just scored. Man, that'll steal the momentum. They're hoping to make quick work of this half inning.
Ball.
The 1-0.
Ball 2.
And another ball. Here's a 3-0. And it's fouled off.
Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
The 3-1. Right through there for a strike.
Well, it looks like he's wanting to work the upper part of the strike zone. What does that mean? Top hand better be working for the hitters. Adjust that side a little bit. Give yourself a chance to hit.
And a payoff pitch. This one belted deep left field. On its way. Gone. A solo shot. And they lead it. It's 5-4.
The one thing the pitcher didn't want to happen just happened. That's not an easy one to stomach. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
And that one almost got him. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in the bottom of the 6th.
Ball. No.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
The wind to kick the 2-0. Swing and a foul out of play. towards right center field. Rooker on the move to the alley. Pulls it down and he makes the catch.
The batter, number 3, shortstop, Joey Ortiz.
Now at the plate, Joey Ortiz.
Hurry.
The 0-1. And strike 2.
Quickly down 0-2 in the count. I think you got to choke up a little bit, spread out the feet. You don't know what the velocity or the location of this next pitch is going to be.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Here's the 0-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The 0-2.
Ball 1. Ball.
Rips that one to right. And there's 2 away.
The batter, number 2, second baseman, Bryce Perez.
That's a ball.
Moving in the bullpen, Caleb Thielbar. The left-handed reliever appears to be getting loose. Harvey also getting ready. And the 1-0. Just missed. He swings and fouls one off. Two balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs.
Filthy changeup right there. Just pulled the string.
And they'll do it again. Ground ball up the middle. Nice grab. Over to first. Nicely done for the out. But the Brewers add 1 with a solo shot. It's now a 5-4 ball game. We go to the top of the 7th. Now the Cubs catcher, Miguel Amaya. Inside, just missed. And that one fouled off. Looking to get the tying run on base. Turned on, but that's foul down the third baseline.
All sliders so far in this at bat to get ahead in the count, and it clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
That's
three.
off the inside edge. And that's ball three. Dansby Swanson in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Payoff pitch. Tap back to the mound. Jump throw across his body, and they get the out.
The batter, number 7, shortstop, Dansby Swanson.
Tap foul at the plate. Now the 0-1. Ripped into right center. Should be extra bases. Makes the turn and heads for second. And now the tying run is into scoring position.
Everything came together for him. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit. Now a pretty big at bat coming up with a chance to even this ball game up.
Back to the top of the order. Nico Horner will come up to hit. And fouled off. The Cubbies with the tying run at second here in the top half of inning number 7. Swings, and this one's flared. Base hit into center field. Headed for the plate. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and this game is tied in the 7th.
Huge game-tying at bat right there. Came through in a big spot to drive in the run. He clearly didn't catch that one on the big part of the bat. Just kind of muscled it out there. And, you know, on the mound, it can be pretty frustrating for a pitcher, but you just kind of have to expect those to drop in there sometimes.
And that's fouled off. Here comes the 0-1.
Ball.
One away. Tie game. Go-ahead run stands at first. That one catches the corner for a strike. Corner on the go. Into center. Reaching for it. It's the catch.
Up next to the call, the right fielder, Rooker.
Go-ahead run on base. Brent Rooker, the next Cub to hit. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout. Right through there for a strike. Two gone. The possible go-ahead run at first. Breaking ball misses down and away. Late with the swing there. 1-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Pointer leads off first with 2 down to the inning. The other way. That's a base hit. And that moves the go-ahead run to scoring position with 2 gone.
The center fielder, number 24, Mickey Moniak.
That's outside. Ball 1. Two on, 2 outs. Knee high, that's in for a strike. And a 1-1. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. Two on, 2 outs. Got him swinging for the strikeout. In time. Nicely done to get out of the jam. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. All even at 5 apiece. Back here at American Fan. Field is getting late, Siggy. We came on the air talking about a possible sweep, but this one is all knotted up.
Counts the same in the standings, but this kind of game always feels like it's worth a little more, Boog. These teams are not backing down.
Left-hander out of the bullpen, Caleb Thielbar.
Bringing in the lefty with the left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
In there at the knees for a strike. Here's your 1. And a big swing and a miss. The 0-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Tap to first. Bregman takes it himself, and 1 away in the bottom of the 7th.
Up next for the Brewers, the first baseman, number 8, Christian Walker.
Ball.
All tied up here at the bottom of the 7th.
Ball.
Next offering in there for a strike. And the count 2-1. Top of the zone for a called strike. Now he's challenging a called strike. And the strike is overturned after review. They'll keep their remaining challenge. So the go-ahead run is on base with a knock.
All over that one right there. It's hard to hit a baseball much better than that, and even a lot of professional hitters aren't able to reach an exit velo of 114 miles per hour. I'll tell you what, that's a very impressive swing at the bat.
Jake Bowers up now for the Brewers. 0 for 3 in this one.
Ball 1.
The lefty to 1-0. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. Makes the grab.
Up next for the Brewers, the catcher, number 13, Salvador Perez.
Ball 1.
This one in the air center field. Moniak settles underneath it. That is the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. We look ahead to inning number 8. We're all tied up 5-5.
Now pitching for the
Welcome
Brewers,
back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Trevor McGill.
And he's been fantastic this year. Really stingy in terms of allowing base runners. He's just got great stuff that's tough to square up.
Here's Alex Bregman. He's already homered in this game.
Number 3, Alex Bregman.
You don't want to get beat by a fastball in, and he spits on that one.
Movement in Milwaukee's bullpen. Griffin Jacks, the closer of the staff, is throwing. Uribe getting cranked up as well.
Not showing great command so far in this at bat. 2-0 count. He's got to execute here, or this could get ugly.
Next offering misses, and now 3-0.
I almost feel like he's frustrated a little bit. He wants to be challenged.
There's a strike. Fastball for a strike. He'll challenge, thought that was a ball. And that one did miss, and the strike is overturned. So they get to hang on to their second challenge.
Up next for the Cubs, the designated hitter, Rhys Hoskins.
That pitch down.
Movement in the Cubs bullpen. Daniel Palencia, the league saves leader, up and throwing. The go-ahead run aboard at first. Nobody out. This one in the air center field. He's got it.
Up next to the Cubs, the left fielder, number 9, Brenton Doyle.
So up next, Brenton Doyle, 1 for 3.
Relievers one after another coming out of the bullpen these days. Got to be ready for that first pitch heater.
1 away. Tie game. Go-ahead run stands at first. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up. Try to track the ball. Block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about. But some way, somehow, climb back into this at-bat through the count.
Gets a piece and stays alive. Swung on, belted. Way back there. And it's a foul ball.
Clearly he was geared up for the fastball right there. Maybe got a little jumpy and excited out of the hand, but he certainly didn't miss a stitch.
The 0-2.
Well, he hasn't gotten the result yet, but he's got to feel pretty confident. 3 foul balls in a row. He's right on this guy.
Ball.
The Cubs with the go-ahead run at first, and we're in the top of the 8th. Fights it off. You'll see another. High fly ball lifted into near right field. And there's 2 away.
Up next for the Cubs, the catcher, Miguel Amaya.
And that is out of play. Bregman off of first with 2 away. In there at the knees, and it's not even 2.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
Can't connect on the curveball. Struck him out. Cubs lead 1. This ball game still tied 5-all. Back at the ballpark as we take a check of the bullpen. So far this season, new pitcher in the game for the Cubs, Hunter Harvey.
Well, he's a big-time strikeout guy out there. This season, averaging more than 1 per inning.
Fouled off. He was late. here's a slow roller. Swanson fires to first on the run.
Yeah,
got him. Nice play.
Shortstops are expected to make tough plays look routine, and that's what he did right there. Just a great example of why he plays one of the most demanding positions on the field.
All tied up here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Line drive, that's a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Having himself a really nice game at the plate. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Next for the Brewers, Luis Rengifo.
Ball.
The 1-0.
Ball 2.
Out towards right center field. Rooker on the move. Brings it in.
The batter, number 3, shortstop Joey Ortiz.
The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Strike in there. Throws out. And the go-ahead run is now in scoring position. Late swing, fouled off.
He's falling behind in a huge spot, Boo. Got to do what it takes to come through. Maybe choke up on the bat a little bit, spread out those feet, whatever it takes.
Up the middle. Swanson on the run, sends it over to first.
He's in there.
He beats the throw. Shows off the wheels right there. An infield single. This is Bryce Terang. And that's in for a strike. And it's 0-1. Runners at the corners with 2 outs. Line drive, and that's a base hit out of left center field. Runner from third in to score. It's an RBI single. They lead it in the 8th.
Such great concentration. Everybody on their feet, knowing that you can come through with a good swing. And there he doesn't try to do too much.
That's the ball.
Two on, 2 outs.
Ball
Good
2.
spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Here's a 2-0. And
Ball
another
three.
ball.
He's getting a little frustrated out there on the mound, getting hit around a little bit. Let's see if he can settle himself down.
Ortiz over at second. Turan at first, 2 out of the inning. And that'll
That's
load the
up, ball four.
bases.
Oh, this is their chance to break it open. If they don't end up winning this ball game, they're going to look back at this opportunity right here and have some regret.
Big spot late in this one, and here's Christian Walker.
He was the big part of the field last time. Nice liner to center. Look, this has been a good one. A really good game to this point, and huge opportunity with the bases loaded.
This
No,
is
that's the
again
ball.
5 in a row.
Well, this is a critical spot for both the pitcher and the hitter. You can learn a lot about a guy by how he handles these pressure situations.
So they're all loaded up.
Look, in situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
Strike 2. Stays alive. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Inning over, and it could have been worse. But the RBI single pushes across a run. Last chance coming up for the Cubbies.
Now pitching for the
Welcome
Brewers,
back, and here
number
comes the closer,
22,
Griffin Jacks.
I can't imagine any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the best at-bats they can. So it's always high stress. Let's see what he's got here to try and close it out.
Right through there for a strike. Jax going for his 20th save of the year. And he was a third-round pick back in 2016. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. And he'll shoot. Just off the outside part of the plate.
That's a really good take.
That misses the zone, and the count is 2-2. That one missing inside. Nico Horner in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Payoff pitch. Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
Well, the first batter, it's always a big one for the closer. I mean, you get that punch out, you get settled in, you feel like you're in command out there on the mound from the jump, and kind of prevents any doubt from creeping into your mind or the fielders that are playing behind you that, you know, you're going to wrap this thing up.
Tap foul at the plate. Crowd locked in right now. One-run game here in the ninth. Check swing. No appeal. And the count is 1-1.
That's big right there, being able to check your swing. Think about the count swing. Instead of 0-2, he's sitting 1-1 against a really good arm.
Line drive, base hit. And that puts the tying run on base.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Hey, Eugenio Suarez up to hit now. Swing and a drive. Deep left field. That one carrying. Out of here. Eugenio Suarez blasts one out. And the Cubs have the lead now. It's 7-6. You can sense it inside the stadium. These fans are devastated.
He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrists to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the lob, and gets the home run. Part of the order coming through now, and with one home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
One-run game here in the top of the ninth. And that one is in for a strike. Good pitch.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days, you would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen. So hard to play catch-up.
Swing and a miss. 1-2. Back and forth we go, a seesaw battle in the late stages of this one. Swings through that one, it's a strikeout.
Up next to the call, the center fielder.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Griffin Jacks departs, and he leaves in a one-run game. New pitcher coming up. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching for the
Abner
Brewers.
Uribe on the pitch out of the pen here. He's into the game with the bases empty. Mickey Moniak now at the plate. And that one pulled foul. Bases empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in here at the top of the ninth. That puts the inside corner for a strike. Now.
Ball 1.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
Just misses the mark outside the zone.
That's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Payoff pitch. Right through there. Got it. That's a third out. And some late inning drama here in the ninth as this homer gives them the lead. And this is now a 7-6 ball game. It's an NL Central showdown right here on MLB The Show.
Now pitching for
We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Daniel Palencia.
Save opportunity for him right here, and he's their guy. Time to lock this one down and get out of here with the W.
Number 9, Jake Bauer.
In there at the knees. One-run game, bottom 9. That one's upstairs, ball 1. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. Just missed. Facing a closer that delivers big-time velocity.
Well, normally against a big arm with this kind of velocity, you look for the ball down because the fastball up is a little hard to catch up to. But he's shown really good plate discipline by not offering at that last pitch down.
Salvador Perez in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Three and 2. Payoff pitch. Dives, but it's off his glove. And he'll just eat it. So that's an infield knock.
Well, a big swing of the bat right there. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
That one to triple digits. The Brewers trying to scratch out at least one and send this to extra innings. They're the home team trying to pull it out. Jackknife's out of the way. That one not close. Ball 2. There's the ball. Sal Freeland in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. The Cubbies trying to close out a one-run lead here in the last half of inning number 9. Rip, but it curls foul.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
strikes.
next,
Went back to the fastball, and it was effective.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
One out man at first. Here's the center fielder, Sal Frelick. Swings and pulls it foul to the right side. Trying to keep the game alive here in the bottom of the ninth. And that's pushed foul off to the left and out of play.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's going to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
Breaking ball, and that got him.
Take first.
Up next for the Brewers, the right fielder, Jackson Del Rio.
Out to center. Moniak in position. Makes the grab.
Up next for the Brewers, the third baseman, Luis.
So they're down to their final out. Luis Rengifo gets a chance to hit here. Trying to deliver as the hero.
Well, comfortable or not, these are the situations supposedly they seem to live for. When you get into some hot water, jam, tough spot, whatever you want to call it, but this is where they earn their keep.
Line drive. He's got it. Ball game. And the Cubs come in here and finish off a 3-game sweep.
Well, all game, this team had to battle with that 10th man. Those fans making a lot of noise, but they took the lead in the 9th inning, quieted things down, and were able to get those final 3 outs in the bottom half as well. Just a very well-executed ball game.
One-run game here today. Your final score, 7-6. And the road team picks up the win and picks up a sweep. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi.